Most people think life feels heavy because it's hard, but that's not what's weighing you down. The thing that's really happening is you're carrying around thick globs of emotional residue that got stuck in your mind. These are feelings of old trauma, unfinished arguments, and snapshots of painful childhood memories that landed way too hard and never found resolution. Every one of these events leaves behind a charge, and over time, that clogged energy, it accumulates. It settles into your nervous system and stays there, quietly pulling on you, narrowing your awareness, and stealing your peace without you even noticing. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Human Awareness Experiment. Here's the good news. There's a way to break up and release this nasty buildup, and it starts somewhere most people don't even know exists. In the back corner of your mind, there's a console. In the True Switch video, I showed you how to turn your soul on. But once the energy enters the system, it doesn't stop there. It travels deeper. And the next place it arrives is here, at the acceptance panel. This switchboard determines whether energy keeps moving or becomes trapped. When part of you resists reality, when you refuse to fully acknowledge something that already occurred, the system detects that obstruction and a red indicator light activates. That light is precise. It points directly to the place where awareness stopped flowing. Sometimes the signal is subtle, like a tightening in your chest when someone you don't really like enters a room. Other times, it's enormous and felt in the heart after loss, betrayal, or abandonment. And when those moments remain unresolved, the blockage becomes enmeshed in the psyche. It pulls your attention backward. It clouds your thinking and distorts your emotional state. It'll even weaken your ability to be creative in your work. But when acceptance occurs, blocked energy is released. And suddenly potential in your system that was trapped in the past becomes available again as clarity, as calm, as inspiration. Now let's be clear about what acceptance actually means, because this part matters. Acceptance, it's not approval. It doesn't mean what occurred was fair. It doesn't mean it didn't hurt. Life can be brutal. Some wounds cut so deep, they reshape you. And if you've experienced that kind of pain, you know it leaves a mark. Acceptance, it doesn't erase the past. It simply stops the internal war against what cannot be changed. If we don't work to clear this resistance, emotional gridlock will consume you. I'll give you a real example. For years, I blamed my mother for everything. After my dad died, she placed me in foster care for 5 years. I was just a little guy. I needed safety, reassurance, and love. And instead, she remarried an alcoholic. And what followed was abuse that no child should endure. By 16, I was living on my own, fighting addictions. I was carrying massive loads of resentment, anger, and pain. I didn't even understand. And in my mind, yeah, it was her fault. Every struggle pointed in her direction. In my head, there was that red light on my acceptance panel. It was blinking, mother, and it never shut off. I blamed this woman, and it gave me strength. But what I didn't realize was this: condemning someone, it doesn't liberate you. It binds you. And as long as I held her responsible for my past conditions, I remained tied to moments that were already gone. Then one day, in my mid-20s, everything shifted. I was sitting in a psychologist's office. My life was in pieces. She told me she wanted to try something different and looked straight into me, steady, calm, completely certain, and said, I want you to repeat after me. It's not her fault. I said it once. She said again. I said it again. It's not her fault. She didn't blink. Again. My throat tightened. I said it again. The words started to cut me again, and then it hit me hard. It was like a wrecking ball that smashed through the center of my chest. I broke open. Years of pressure released in a single moment. I cried in a way I had never before because for the first time I saw her clearly. She had been an orphan. She had never been loved the way a person needs to be loved. She carried wounds on her own. Then she lost the only person who ever made her feel safe, my dad. She wasn't strong enough. She wasn't ready. She wasn't equipped. And in that moment, I pressed the button on my acceptance panel, not to excuse anything, not to pretend it didn't matter, but to stop carrying it. Acceptance was saying, yeah, this occurred. I don't like it, but I accept reality. And from this moment forward, my life belongs to me. That was the release. The charge dissolved, the light went out, and energy that had been locked away for decades deep inside me finally moved on. It didn't mean that the button didn't come back on once in a while. Yeah, it did. But I could press it and let go. Hold on, that's AR11 calling. Hello?
Joe, I'm detecting a continuum variance transmission. It's unstable. I'm going to repatch your visual cortex so you can experience the event.
Whoa, that's Cavey. What's he doing?
He has not accepted his difficult past, so he does what he must to survive, which usually means running away. Cavey was born in a small village, a prehistoric settlement tucked away in the mountains of Stone Hollow. At age 5, he wandered off into the storm ridges. A ferocious surge swept down the mountains like a living beast, and he went missing. His parents searched for him, but they never returned. Cavey was eventually found, but he was outcast from the tribe for the trouble he had caused. Drumming became his survival language, and he's been a wanderer ever since. Without acceptance, his nervous system remains in survival mode.
His past feels very familiar.
It's no accident you are both prime operators of Cycle 11.
So when is he gonna stop running?
When he learns to let the trapped energy pass through him, his acceptance panel is obstructed. His signal is weak and distorted. When he naturally clears a path, everything will change. Curiosity returns. Creativity reactivates. Signal strength rises. This is the foundation behind your human awareness experiment. People do not escape reality, they restore flow through it. Internal elevation does not come from effort. It comes from removing resistance. Acceptance restores motion. Motion restores creation. Some indicators clear easily, others require time. But until they clear, the system operates below its true capacity.
Whoa, is that Cavey's console? Did you build all that inside my head?
Joe, I need to go.
But what about Cavey? AR? Ugh. Man, it sounds like Cavey really needs our help more than ever. Anyway, there's a lot to think about with this second mind tool. But for now, I think we just need to practice. Try and think of one thing you've been resisting. Not your biggest problem, just one that quietly loops over and over. Now imagine it's stuck inside the acceptance panel in your head as a red light. We're going to turn it off. Picture this negative energy and repeat after me. This thing happened. I don't like it. But I'm going to accept responsibility anyway. Okay, let's press it in 3, 2, 1. Good work, operators. It's not easy, but it's these subtle internal shifts that set awareness back into motion. The acceptance panel doesn't fix your past. It frees up your future. And once energy begins flowing again, everything downstream reorganizes. Our next challenge is to engage your detachment lever, because nothing new can enter your life with toxic negative emotions blocking the stream. All right, that's today's transmission. The experiment continues. Keep your signal clean.